You. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, gang. Listen, the wifey got me an anniversary gift and a Christmas gift and a birthday gift all rolled up into one. Here, let me tell you a quick story. So we're walking and my wife is like, "Hey, babe, ain't that your store?" She pointed over at the Omega Boutique. Not the AD, it was the Omega Official Boutique. And I was like, "Yeah, that's my store." She's like, "Oh, yeah, look, they got that big moon man that you like." And I was just like, yeah. Let's go in there. I'm like, you serious? Don't invite me in there if you ain't bought that life. She's like, "Baby, I'll look at some stuff with you. I know you like to watch it so much, and you always trying to drag me." Guys, we've been drinking. She was feeling good. "I know you're always trying to drag me in, and I never entertain the things that you're into. So don't shoot me while I'm in the mood." I was like, okay, let's go. We roll up in that bad boy. We looking around at watches, and I say, "Yo, you guys got that new white dial, Speedy?" No, I know that they don't have it, but I was, just curious. You got those three new Speedmasters, the green and bronze, and the silver one, and the one, the ones with no date. And they was like, "No, we don't have anything." And then maybe like 5 minutes later, the lady came back. She said, "We do have a white dial Speedy on hold for a customer, but they never showed up. So if you want it, it's yours." And I was like, "Serious?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, cool. Bet. Bring it out. Let's take a look at it." So they offered me wine. We already been drinking, so now we even more lit. We drinking more wine. They giving us little gifts and they had a nice little Omega coasters and wine and little hat set. I don't know why they giving away hats and candles and all that stuff, but I was like, okay. Tried it on, and the wifey was like, "You want it? It's yours. You can have it." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah." So here it is, guys. My newest addition to the collection. This one is now a sentimental value piece from the wifey. Merry Christmas to me. Let's go, baby. So when we got to the register, there was a moment where we had to go and huddle and reconvene when the price came up. She's like, "Wait, what? How much?" I said, "Yeah, babe." I say, This is like buying a Rolex, babe. This is not one of those." She was like, "I thought this was one of your normal $4,000 watches." I say, "Look, you were willing to spend $4,000, right? I'm willing to sell off one of my watches to make it $4,000. She was like, "Okay, bet, that'll work." And put our hands in the huddle. Ready, break. And then we went to go pay for it. So this Tudor's on the way out, guys. This is the one I promised to sell. I'm not keeping both of these bad boys. I can't keep both of these. So just do a quick little comparison of these two. Oh, I got the Rolex as well. So this is the Holy Trinity. For us common folk. I'm not talking about AP and Patek. I'm talking about just real life Holy Trinity, right? So you got the big three. We talking about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole, right? You got Drake is Rolex. Because any person that's not really into hip-hop knows who Drake is. Any person who's not really into watches knows what Rolex is. So this is Drake. Tudor is the underdog, right? The underdog champion. So that's Cole, right? J. Cole is like the underdog, the people's champ, right? And then you got Omega, which everybody says, this is better than Rolex. This is better than Rolex. I know it don't have the album sales and it don't have but it's still better than Rolex. So this is the direct competition to Rolex. So yeah, this is the big three. This is Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. But anyway, let's get on to this review of the two chronographs. I got this in order by Diver Chronograph. So this is a hybrid of both. You see, this has diver markers and a tachymeter. So it's a hybrid. So yeah, let's get into the review of these bad boys. I'm going to review the white dial versus the white dial. I'm going to review the Chrono versus the Chrono. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of this Rolex for now. All right, guys, so I'm back. Let's compare the two chronographs and see which one you guys like the most. So one's a diver chronograph and one's a pure chronograph, right? Pushers, tachymeter, the 3 registries. This one has diver markers, 2 registries, a date, screw down. So it's giving me 200 meters water resistance. So it's giving me more of a hybrid feeling. Okay, let's go over some specs real quick. Tudor 70 hours power reserve. Omega is 50 hours power reserve. 200 meters water resistance, 50 meters water resistance. This Tudor has a thicker profile. It's 15.2 millimeters thick versus 13.2 millimeters thick. It's a longer watch. It's a fattier watch. It's a heftier watch with 22 millimeter lugs versus 20 millimeter lugs. So all around, it's just a big, beastly, chunky watch compared to the Speedy. Let's take a look at these white dials. You see the Tudor dial has a cream dial. You can see the date window is, and the markers is whiter than the actual dial. While here on the Speedy, it's a crispy white. So the Speedy's dial is the same color as the Tudor's markers. It's a stark crispy white over here. The markers are black, but in sunlight it looks chrome. You see that? It's actually black, but at certain light angles, see, when it gets dark, that black comes out. But then when I hit it up here, it turns silver. The tachymeter on the Tudor is thicker. It's like almost 2 rings. As you can see, the tachymeter here, you can see that 60, and this 60, it's like you can see it better on the Tudor because it's thicker font. It's a thicker tachymeter, so it's more black around the edge than on the Speedy. All right. So yeah, those are some of the specs, guys. This is more of a dive watch. It wears like a dive watch. It's heavy, it's chunky, it's 22 millimeters. And this lugs is, you know, it's 14.2 thick. It's heavy. It has a big clunky bracelet. This is a tool. While this is more only the dressier side. It's more Datejust than it is more Speedmaster 300M. This Tudor is more Speedmaster 300M with those diver markers in the date. It almost looks like the white dials Speedmaster 300M in comparison, while this is more Datejusty and more, you know, with this kind of a Jubilee-ish style bracelet. So it wears totally different. So those are some of the specs, guys. So next up, let's actually press the chronograph pushers and see who has the better chronograph pushing mechanism. So you unscrew it here. It feels good. So unscrew it here. Feels good. The whole setup. It got a little gritty right here. Yes, it's a tad bit gritty on the spin. All right, so you see that tachymeter is a straightforward triangle, which is very clean in its approach. Right, straight. Oh, look at that pop right there when you hit that lighting angle. That looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. When I go to push the pusher, let's see. It just goes. When I stop it, it stops. Push it, it stop, push. Feels good, nice and clicky. It stops where it stops, and it starts where you last stopped it. Feels good. It feels like a different mechanism from the start to the second push and the third push. They all feel like 3 different gears. See, this gear, it was a tougher gear than than that one. That one was a lot easier to push. And then this feels like it was a different gear that started something over. So absolutely 10 out of 10 sensation feel. Putting this back in is a bit gritty, so I may need to put a little, grease on it or wash it or something like that. So that's how that tachymeter works. All right, then we come over here to the Speedy, and it's a lot more artsy-fartsy in its approach. It's not just a straight triangle. It's like a teardrop, and it's more cursive in its approach. You see the seconds hand, it curves. You see that? The minute hand, they curve. It's more cursive-y. It's more artsy-fartsy in its approach and how it looks. It's a lot more, it's a lot more, instead of, if the Tudor's like print, this is more like cursive. It's more artsy-fartsy in its approach. All right, so let's press on it. Let's press on it, see what kind of sensations I get. All right, so you press it, pop. And it's a lot more jumpy, skippy, throwback in its approach. Stop, start. And it's a lot more of a throwbacky feeling. Stop, start. Okay. It has a more vintagey, old, classic feeling to it. It doesn't feel like a modern pusher at all. And then it starts over. So this is definitely throwback, vintage feeling in its pusher, while the Tudor is more of a modern feeling pusher. Yeah, guys. As you can see, it's thicker, heavier, beefier. It's a chunkier watch in its profile. Design, I definitely give it to the Speedy. The Speedy is more curvy. Look at that. Look at it. It's more curvy and cursive and artsy in its design approach. Twisted lugs. Nice Jubilee bracelet. Look at that. Look at this double dome. You can almost see a slither of dial in between that dome and the way it distorts. Let's take a look at this Swiss made and see how it distorts any. All right, let's see here. So you see it says Swiss made down here at the bottom, and let's get it to distort. And that's how it distorts. Nice and clean. While the Tudor distortion is more like it's water trapped in there. You see that distortion? That distortion is crazy. So this is like a single dome. I can't see a layer of dial underneath there. So that tells me it's more of a single dome crystal with crazy distortion. And the way it just kind of looks like water is trapped in there. While the Speedy is just a lot more clean in its crystal. Let's do that again. Yeah. Double dome. Bracelet is a lot smaller. So it doesn't have a, it's a lot more artsy. It's a lot more curvy. Look at that. Look at that polished section there. The brushing, the pusher. It's a lot more artsy and creative in its approach. Is one of my links brushed? I just noticed that. I did have them add a link. So did they put it on backwards? Huh. Okay, so they added a link for me for free, and they put my link on backwards. Look at that. It's polished. Yeah, they put it on upside down. I'll fix that. But yeah, guys, they gave me a free link, and I guess they just put it on upside down. While the Tudor's bracelet is more clunky, chunky, big, got the locking mechanism. There's no like real polished edges or anything like that. It's just straightforward in its approach. And I put this piece of tape here to keep this part from stabbing, because I'm gonna sell this off. So I just want to keep it in the best condition I can keep it in. All right, guys. So yeah, guys, when it comes to finishing, the Omega runs away with its brushing, polish, curves, its finishing over the Tudor. The Tudor is quite, it's just not there. I will compare the finishing to the Omega to a Rolex and not a Tudor, actually. The movement, let's take a look at this case back here. Absolutely gorgeous. Got to show you guys the case back. We all know what that is. We all know how gorgeous the case back is, the movement is, the timekeeping. It's just all fantastic. Retro. Love it. So the Omega is definitely, when it comes to like finishing, movement, the way it feels in my hand, it's twice as luxurious than the Tudor. This is $8,000. The Tudor is running $4,000, so it's about double the price, actually. So it makes sense that it would be a more luxurious watch. So yeah, guys, in conclusions, final thoughts about these two. Which watch is a better watch? Guys, honestly, they shouldn't be compared against each other. This Tudor wears like a Speedmaster 300M Chrono, actually. This Tudor wears more like a dive watch. It's heavy, it's thick. This is the type of watch that I would take to the gym. I would take doing dad work around the house, right? I'm in the garage and I'm moving some things around. I'm leaving this on my wrist. Meanwhile, over here, this feels more like a date just. It feels more dressy in its approach because it's almost a Jubilee bracelet in its approach. It has these angles and these curves. I don't want to ding. I don't want to scratch it. I don't want to scuff it. I want to kind of, you know, baby it and treat it like a luxurious watch. And that's what I would say. I would say this Omega is way more luxurious. The see-through case back and that movement is just so luxurious. The double dome crystal is luxurious. The curves, these little nooks and crannies, and the cursive, the angles, the way the teardrop marks, the curvature of the hands, it's just a lot of details going on with this Omega. And the Tudor's more straightforward, tooly in its approach. It's gonna make you feel comfortable taking it swimming, taking it, you know, to the park and kick a ball, take it to the gym. It's gonna get the scratches and scuffs, and then it's gonna have this manly, you know, thick, beefy, macho feeling on your wrist. While this is more dressy, and but it's like a capable dressy. And it's way more luxurious with its movement, the way the mechanism feel. It felt like it stayed true to its heritage. It felt very retro, pressing this chronograph pushers. And this felt very modern and up to date in the chronograph pushing. I love them both. Both are absolutely winners, but the Omega is just double the luxuriousness of the Tudor. So it's almost double the price, actually. So this is running for about $8,100. This one is running for $55. So it makes sense that the Omega would be just, you know, $3,000 more luxurious. And I think that's a good, fair price. It's definitely more luxurious than this Tudor just doesn't stand up to when it comes to luxury. I would actually compare this Omega to the Rolex. The Rolex is miles more luxurious in its finishing and filling than this Tudor is. But I love them both, but for different reasons. And yeah, the Tudor's out of here, guys. I'm getting ready to settle it off. The wifey got your boy a beautiful Christmas gift. Love it. It's a keeper for life. And the Tudor's out of here. I love, and yeah, I just figured I would shoot this video while I had them both in my hand, because it's not gonna be forever that I'm just gonna have both of these and have a chance to shoot a video on it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know which watch you would go for. This more, you know, Speedmaster 300 Thule diver chronograph, or something more of a capable, like, date just dressy type of piece. Let me know what y'all think. Till next time. Ow.